like and subscribe. I'm going to try and make this quick. I like getting straight to the point. There are three ways that people communicate with God. The first way is a prayer. A prayer is when you ask God for help. It could be in solving a problem. It could be helping you to escape from someone that is doing you harm. That is what we call prayer. That is prayer. The second thing, way to communicate, that people communicate with God, is thanking God for all that you have received from God, giving thanks to God for that. The third way that people communicate with God is begging. Now, begging is laughable. Begging is what farmers are doing that have wished the worst on the immigrants that are working for them. These people are begging. Begging is when you do evil and you want to escape karma. You want to escape from reaping what you have sown. That is begging. And then they think that they're asking, that's not asking forgiveness, that's begging. You cannot ask God for forgiveness. You cannot ask God for forgiveness because you have not harmed God. If you did harm to your neighbor on the left of you, can you beg for forgiveness from your neighbor on the right of you? That doesn't make sense. Asking God forgiveness for what? You're not asking God for forgiveness. You're asking God for a free pass not to go to hell. You're asking God for a free pass not to go to hell. And why should God forgive you for helping someone else? What you gonna do? You're gonna offer God some money? The reality of the situation is that God doesn't forgive. God is the judge. God is the judge, and God will judge you for what you do. God created the law that you reap what you sow. That is the nature of doing evil. That is a law. And see, you can't lobby God. You can't pay God a certain amount of money to forgive you because you haven't. You haven't harmed God. You must pay restitution to the people that you have harmed. And in some cases, there is no restitution. If you dissolve a person's life, there's no restitution for that. If you have, sexual assault, well, there may be restitution for that. But taking a life, there's no restitution for that. None. A sexual assault, you have to go to the person that you've assaulted, ask forgiveness, find out what you can do to make their lives better, and probably start some type of program to educate other people not to do it, and to start some type of charity that is going to help other women that have suffered this. That's restitution. Then after you have completed your restitution, then you can pray for leniency. Once you have completed your restitution, you can pay for leniency. It's the same situation. If you are being offered $50,000 to do something that you know is going to hurt other people, well, this is what you are planting. And you will sow, and what you have sown, you will reap. There's no excuse. You've taken money to do evil for whatever reason. Doesn't matter what the reason is. Doesn't matter if you took this money to save your family. You're going to put another family in jeopardy to save your family. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. You see, people, we don't really have to go. We don't have to walk up and down the street protesting. We don't have to walk up and down the street protesting. We can refuse to do evil, and that's all it takes. And if you're a protester, and then you got these, if you're a protester, you're walking up and down the street, and you're protesting injustice, and there are men being paid $50,000 to do injustice, or they are following the orders of satanic and demonic people, they are guilty. And God will handle them. You can protest over the internet. You can protest over the internet. You can find out who is benefiting from the evil that's being done and not use your money to support those causes. See, you don't have to put your life in jeopardy anymore. You have the internet. You can protest on the internet. But those people, if you are accepting money to do evil, then you're guilty. And if you are unaware of the people that you are harming, then you can't do what? You can't get forgiveness from them. And when judgment day comes, when judgment day comes, don't think you're praying when you're begging. Don't think you're praying when you are begging, because God doesn't forgive. God is a God of justice. God is a God of justice. And God has given you common sense to where you can decide what is right and what is wrong. I suggest that you live in accordance with your spiritual consciousness. I suggest that you live in accordance with your spiritual consciousness. And you can't ask God for forgiveness. You can ask God for leniency. So there's three things that you can pray for. You can pray when you're being harmed for help from God. You can pray and give thanks to God. Or you can pray for leniency after you have tried to correct the wrong that you have done. And then you can beg. But there's no begging. There's no begging. Begging God is asking to get away with what you've done. Like the farmers. They did wrong to the immigrants. First of all, you did wrong to the immigrants when you were underpaying them. You did wrong when you underpaid them. And now you don't have the money to correct your underpayment to them. Secondly, you were minions of demonic people, which makes you demonic because you wanted to profit off of it. Yet, the agribusinesses, they were profiting off of those people's labor, and they were paying you subsidies to harm those people. And you took the money willingly, and then you objected to black farmers getting money to help them. And you did them a favor. because now they're not guilty of what you are guilty of. So you can get off your knees. And I'm going to tell you this, praying to white Jesus, good. There's no such thing as, there is no white Jesus. There is no white Jesus. Jesus is Yahweh. But understand this, I do not pray to Yahweh. I don't pray to Yahweh. I don't pray to Jesus. I don't pray to Yahshua. I don't pray to Jesus. I don't pray to Yahshua. I pray to God. God is Yahweh. I pray to Yahweh, God, Jehovah. God by any other name is still God. There is not a black God and a white God. There is only one God. And I hear white people all the time saying, oh, black people's God, black people's God. No, there's only one God, Yahweh. There is no Jesus. There is no white Jesus. That person you call him white Jesus is probably Leonardo da Vinci's gay lover. That's who I hear it is. Leonardo da Vinci's gay lover. In fact, the Mona Lisa could be a man as well. But that's for another day. And I'm telling my people out there, pray to God. Don't pray to Jesus. Don't pray to Yahshua. You pray to God. The Bible tells you, and Yahshua tells you, Matthew 19, verse 17, that he is not God. God is the good. And in Matthew 19, verse 17, when it says God is the good, he means God is perfect. They didn't have the word perfect back there. So Yahshua said God is perfect, and no one else is perfect but God. Yahuwah prayed to God. He didn't pray to himself. So let's get this straight. And it's time to come clean. No more of this. The days of the awakening is the end of hypocrisy. The awakening is the end of hypocrisy. This is where truth is going to destroy lies. Like and subscribe and comment, and I will talk to you later. God bless us all.